The big man's finally arrived. Peter Moody, the trainer of Black Caviar, is here. Peter, are you pleased you've arrived? I mean, it's been going remarkably well while you've been away.
Exactly. No, it's. I wondered whether I should have stayed away, but there was a general feeling that they needed more Aussies in England to improve the place, so I thought I'd better come over and pull my weight.
I'm surprised they sent you, but on the form of the horses back at home, I mean, you're in tremendous form. A Group 1 winner, a Group 2 winner over the weekend, big price winner as well. I mean, the stable as a whole, I know Black Caviar's away from the stable, but the Moody name is in great form.
Yeah, no, we've had a tremendous season at home, and getting towards the end of our racing season, I think there's only one Group 1 meeting to go, but no, we had a Group 1 double and a Group 2 winner there at Queensland at the end of last week. It was tremendous.
We know Black Caviar's been in great shape since she's been here. Just talk us through how much you left to work on with her, because in her last 2 races, you know, we were told she was 75% fit, 85% fit. Now we're beginning to see that those 2 were almost sort of gallops for her. How much would she have improved from her last race? I
think she's come on very well, and I think, as you'd appreciate, seeing her in Adelaide, she's improved in the coat. Her general appearance has improved, muscle tone's improved. She did a bit more work post those races before she came, and I think when she got on the plane it was the fittest she'd ever been, and for the fact that I didn't want to have to train her when I got here if I didn't need to.
So is it that really the whole of 2012 has been geared around the Diamond Jubilee Stakes, that the races she's had up to now are really just prepping her for this big day?
To a degree. Certainly since Christmas time everything's been geared towards this, so you know, it's been 12 months in the thought, you know, in the making, and you know, the last 4 or 5 months has definitely been about arriving at Ascot in great shape.
Tell us about her preparation for running at Ascot Racecourse. Did Ascot ever offer you the chance to give her a gallop, for instance, down the track?
No, but at the same time we didn't ask. I don't know if that opportunity would have been given to us, but we didn't ask. We didn't feel the need to it. She's seen a variety of racecourses in Australia, and you know, nothing seems to faze this mare, so we won't be using that as an excuse if things go pear-shaped on Saturday.
We often take horses to the Breeders' Cup and they miss the break, they're not used to the bell at the gates. Is that any concern to you? Will you do stalls training with her in a sort of British style?
No, what we will do is we've brought our own barrier staff from Australia that will take her to the barriers and be with her at the start, so hopefully that'll offset any concerns there.
The British public, of course, will say she's beaten nothing in Australia. You'll tell us she's beaten nearly 30 Group or Grade 1 winners in her wins so far. Is it actually slightly annoying that the opposition is falling away, that now the hype machine has arrived, people are running scared of her in the Diamond Jubilee?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure what's going to be the makeup of the field or the quality of the field this far out, but I understand last year's winner's going to be there, and the good French filly Moonlight Cloud I think is going to be there. So you know, you can't always have 8 or 10 or 12 Group 1 winners lining up. That's great for racing, but it's not always going to be the case. So you know, I'll be very respectful of whatever does line up. But
I mean, how well do you know the opposite? I mean, I was speaking to Freddie Head, who thinks that Moonlight Cloud can beat you. He's going there thinking that he's got a horse who can beat Black Caviar. If a trainer came up to you, obviously you'd respect that trainer, but would you be laughing inside if a trainer said to you they could beat Black Caviar? Oh,
no, listen, it'd be bullish of me to suggest otherwise. You know, Freddie Head's a trainer that's had horses all over the world, or in your part of the world, North America. He knows what's needed to win these big races, so I've got to be very mindful and very respectful of that. You know, of him making a statement like that. Obviously, he probably hasn't experienced Black Caviar a lot. I'm not sure what experience he's had of her at all, but probably similar to me of his filly. But when a filly builds a record like mine, obviously they're pretty good, so it's going to take a smart one to beat her, and if he beats her, he might have the best sprinter in the world.
I mean, if we believe that Moonlight Cloud, Society Rock, maybe Hortensia and Krypton Factor are the big dangers, they aren't horses that are going to make you lose sleep at night. Is that fair?
Well, not knowing Moonlight Cloud, she's the unknown. I've seen Society Rock, I've seen Krypton Factor, and I've seen Hortensia. If you feel Hortensia could be competitive with them, well, no, they're not an issue. I think the best way for you to gauge on how good this filly is, if you feel Choisir, Takeover Target, Miss Andretic, Scenic Blast, if they could be competitive in this race, well, sell the farm and put it on this filly, because she'd carry them all on what she's already done.
There was a famous moment in Black Caviar's career where she ducked just as the stalls opened in one of her races. She missed 20 weeks training. She's missed on another occasion 31 weeks training. we often hear that she's difficult to handle, that she's tests you to keep her right all the time, but we never really hear what those problems are on the daily basis. What difficulties do you face with her? What is her problem?
Like any good athlete, she creates a lot of wear and tear on her body because she tries so hard. She's a big, heavy filly, so she has a lot of weight on her knees and her fetlocks and her feet. She's always sustained a lot of soft tissue injuries, muscle injuries, both through a chest area and a hindquarter region. And as she did that day at Flemington you're talking about, she fell over out of the gates and tore all the muscles up through her hindquarter and through her chest. On another occasion, she had a slight strain on the suspensory and pulled a bit of bone off her suspensory attachment. And you know, these good horses try that hard that, you know, these things unfortunately do happen. And we're always mindful of that, but we're fortunate enough that her ability and brilliance has been able to carry that.
So she's not a horse, though, who sort of wakes up lame every morning and you have to warm up and things like that?
No, but she wakes up with wear and tear and you've got to give her a good warm-up. And, you know, if she's not getting out of bed with aches and pains, she's not trying. And the day she doesn't get out of bed with aches and pains will be the day that I think she's probably had enough.
And as far as winning, is winning abroad her biggest challenge rather than the opposition? I mean, we all know horses, we go back to the 80s, say Dancing Brave won the Arc de Triomphe, goes to Santa Anita, gets stuffed out of sight in the Breeders' Cup there. One of our greatest horses ever, and he's made to look like a selling plater in America. Is that the biggest challenge to her, the fact that she is in these strange surroundings?
I think undoubtedly so. The fact that she's got to travel so far, that's always been the greater concern than probably what opposition she might meet on the day. You know, the travel, the foreign circumstances, you know, that's certainly been the biggie.
Peter, you are Australian through and through, as we've found out now. But let's just get one thing clear. The Dam Sar is British bred. Desert Sun is a British bred. The Sar, the other part of the breeding, of course, comes from the Royal Academy family. So this is very much a British come Irish horse, really. I mean, this horse is one of ours. Yeah,
well, you always claim those sort of things, but well, we've even got Julia Gillard. She's Welsh, isn't she? But we're probably nearly ready to send her back. But sometimes you've got to come to Australia to realise how good you are, and you know, we can make a silk purse out of a sow's ear, as they say in Australia. So we're pretty damn good.
You are pretty damn good, and you have one or two good sayings as well. Just tell us what happens between now and next Saturday. What's her game plan? Does she do any serious work, or does she just sort of float up the gallops here?
I would think it'll be pretty relaxed. I don't think we'll be doing a lot with her. Maybe one little bit of fast work early next week if she continues to please me here at the stable. So, and if that's the case, it means I'm very, very happy with her.
And is there anything that actually is worrying you? Is that, or is it really just a case that if she turns up and runs to her best, she will win? My biggest worry is I can't find enough Australian beer or cigarettes. Right. Yeah. So you might go back more healthy than you've arrived, is what you're saying. Is that would be a concern for the Moody brand?
No, that would be a worry. No, listen, all things being equal, we're very pleased, we're very happy, we're amazed with the way she's travelled, and we're looking forward to Bring It On.
Have you know there's a poem for Black Caviar on the line here? I've just got it online here. Look, there's all sorts of poems. This was written by someone when she won her 19th race, but I love the chorus. Go you little beauty, the fans all yell and cheer. Go you little beauty, as you leave the others clear. As you bound along the track, you leave the rest by far. You are our Aussie champion, the great Black Caviar. I mean, those are beautiful words to write about your horse.
Very fitting, isn't it? Very fitting. Has anyone done one about Frankel?
Actually, they have.
Yeah.
I mean, the world's greatest. I mean, it must be so frustrating for you. You come here, and you've got the press surrounding you, but yet just 5 days earlier, the world's greatest horse will be running, Frankel.
But we're pretty open-minded, us Aussies. We don't see much of Frankel, do you? You can't get near him, you press blokes. We're not. Maybe they're not as open-minded, the English, as us Australians.
I had a very nice interview with Sir Henry the other day, actually. But the strange thing is, Frankel's rating keeps going up and yours keeps going down.
Yeah, no, well, we're thinking about having a few three-horse races and putting a couple of pacemakers in so we can lift her rating.